Welcome to another episode of Starseed Activations. Thank you, Mary, so incredibly much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so incredibly much for coming. It is such a blessing and an honor to be here. Both of us, we show up so that we are focused on the ascension timeline for all of humanity, so that we can put forward any information that the Star People channel through to us and allow that information to reach the ears that are in divine alignment to hear this knowledge, to help assist on each of our ascension journeys. So tonight we are going to be focused on Keys to My Ascension. That is a second book. This book is located on Amazon. It is also on my website, daniellelipton.com. There's a little link. You guys can get the book, and then you could read along with us. So Mary's going to start with that. But before we start, dear ones, we, the Star People, ever so gently wish to start with an Om. An Om allows your heart chakras to open and expand, allowing each individual here to fill the heart with unconditional love. I have to put the puppy outside. You can hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Come on.
Hi, Nancy.
Okay. He's like, he's never heard me channel before, so he got scared, I guess. The Star People know, right? It's so funny. Okay, where were we? It's always an interesting day, right? I'm already 2 minutes in. Okay, let's see. Okay. If everyone will take a deep breath in. And one more deep breath in. Beautiful. Okay. Mary, want to start us off with the questions?
Yeah, the first one is casting your consciousness into a past life expression, and that is page 26. Let me read the paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. Just let me get to it because.
Oh, that's on the new book?
The Keys to Ascension?
Yes. Okay.
If I could find it.
You got it? I got the book right in front of me.
I got it.
Okay, good.
Okay. The process of closing your is that the one that I just said? Yeah, that's it. The process of closing your external senses and focusing inward on the internal circumstances flicker rate shall allow for the location coding binary codex frequency and experiential frequency ranges to be charged or modified at will. This may allow access to change the stimulation perception they are running in the current viewpoint. When this is changed or modified in the blink of an eye, the stimulation shall shift their awareness into a past or future lifetime expression or a different dimensional expression altogether. The process is fully reversible if the awareness of the imprint shifting is known.
Okay, so there's many different ways to do it. We have a control center. It is located just in front of the pineal gland. The way to enter the control system, dear ones, is by a process we know as back shifting. Back shifting allows for the physical perception to be pulled ever so gently back. This then allows the control center to fully be programmable, shall we say it. Now, when you access the control system, it then allows you to change or modify the complete light refractal system, which reflects the light that is coming down the center soul tubule. What this looks like is a soul tubule that runs in the inner body, coming all the way down each of the primary chakras. You can access the control system and make changes or modifications to the viewpoint lenses. These are located in all three eyes, dear ones, for this is the way you view your reality expression. Diving into the control system controls all biological forms, including hormonal responses, pain receptors, as well as your skin temperatures, dear ones. When you dive into the control center, you may then change the viewpoint lenses in order to become aware of any past or future lifetime expressions. This allows for you to change or modify the current frequency held within the biological form, as well as transmutate any density, any distortions in any past life incarnations. The reason each of you are able to see into the future timeline expression is simply for a remodification of your energetic structures in the now moment. This allows for your true multidimensional abilities to activate, dear ones. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Star People. Thank you. No, poor Lucky. He got the boot released. Oh, we
That,
love him. He's not poor. He's amazing.
yeah, I want a doggy. I do.
Yeah, my daughter wanted one. So she sleeps with him.
Yeah.
So cute.
The next one on the keys to ascension is 27, casting your consciousness into a new expression. And once knowledge of the internal circumstances and imprinting the 3 degrees to the flicker rate are achieved, interdimensional travel and multidimensional abilities may start to fully activate to the first degree. There are 3 degrees or levels to every ability. These degrees shall allow access into the ring system, which controls the outward stimulations such as the biological coding, location coding, and civilization coding.
Okay, so there's the 3 rings. And what Mary just said was she is describing the body ring, which makes up the entire physical body. The space outside the body makes up all information in your entire simulation. So all the people, places, and things that you see or you're aware of. So if you've seen Florida on a television set, that area of Florida is in your location ring. That's where the energetic signature is located. The 3rd ring is more of a civilization ring. However, it is part of the solar system rings, as an example, in the universal ring systems. The star people are saying it's the universal ring system, is what they also call it as. Now, the flicker rate is located within the heart. And what that looks like is when you're very, very happy, time seems to fly. And when we're very, very sad, time seems to go slow. The flicker rate, if you imagine your entire world, every single thing that you are seeing, as if it is a picture with a picture behind it and a picture behind it, and it is flickering. This is actually a better representation of how time and space is free flowing, dear ones. For when an individual starts to look within the heart, control over time and space shall then allow for different modifications to the extrasensory abilities to fully activate. Each of you are able to go within the heart subsystems. This allows access into the higher self when your light refractal system is properly in alignment. This also includes the source frequency lens, which is above your heads, dear ones. For that lens must open the gate. That gate allows your soul form or your astral body, you may know it as, to blend back up with the higher self, allowing you to then change or modify the current player character you are inhibiting. What this looks like, dear ones, is your conscious awareness and focus in your body. And you are able to pull that up through the source frequency gate, allowing it to blend with the higher self, and then select the next body vessel in order for your higher self to cast your awareness down into. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, star people.
And is it true that your higher self is always right here, like by your heart? They said that it's by your heart.
So the higher self, it's a method of pulling down the higher self. Somebody has a blockage in that one. It's in the right eye and the throat. We'll clear that after. Pulling down the higher self allows for more of your primary soul form to come down, and then it sits about a foot off of the heart. Now the higher self flowers open. We are interrupting, dear ones, for we are going to rebalance everyone's energetic grid structures. We wish to open and activate your throats, your hearts, and your pineal glands, dear ones. This shall allow for a selection of the individual viewers to become more in alignment with the current message. Thank you. We wish for you to take a deep breath in. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, what was the question?
The higher self, you were. I was asking if the higher self sits right by your heart, and you said,
Oh, yes. So the higher self can be pulled down, and then it takes it. This is the seat of the soul. It actually sits a foot in front of the heart, and then it flowers open. That is when you know that the higher self fully embodies the body itself. That process of taking the higher self, and it's a rock star, is what it is. Your body is a rock. This is the star that comes down and it energetically bonds and blends together. The blending process usually occurs first, dear one, for the higher self shall start to come within the body vessel. There is a form of crystallization that takes place within the heart subsystems that allows the higher self more and more access into the body. For the higher self's frequency is of a 11th harmonic frequency range, which is much higher than your physicality allows for. A process of blending and releasing and blending and releasing is how the higher self starts to open and expand into the heart chakra systems. In time, dear ones, the higher self shall flower open, as well as the pineal gland, and then the individual is activated fully. This is usually when the rainbow body of light shall start to activate as well, and different forms of energetic casting become a everyday occurrence in your reality. Thank you.
"Thank you."
Thank you, star people. Thank you.
When I go into meditation, I always see my higher self through my third eye, and she's floating right here. She's always floating.
Yeah, that's why she's taking her seat in front of your heart. And then
Yep.
you'll actually feel it. It will flower open. This is something that you 100% can feel. And like if you experience the opposite, so let's say you're in like a very traumatic or like terrifying moment, release, you can feel it do this out the rear of the heart. And so what happens is the front of the entire body, it allows for any positive emotions to come out of. So when we are open-hearted and we're loving life, usually our shoulders shrug down, our chest opens up, and we feel because the energy flows out the front of the chakra. But the exact opposite happens when we're in fear. You shrug forward, and then all of the fear goes out the back of the heart chakra. Now, the reason why it goes out the rear of the chakra is because it's connecting up to a void space, which then generates a type of gamma energetic, dear ones. And that gamma energetic then imprints the cellular structures, allowing a cycle repeat to form. When each individual becomes fully aware of how this process works, different magnetic therapies on your spinal cord become of high value for each of you. You may utilize the biological magnetic therapies. This on your planet is known as Reiki energy clearings or any type of energetic healings as well. However, dear ones, we wish to let you know you may start to focus on the spine, for the rear of the body is where traumatic imprints are held. During certain types of energetic clearings, you may notice different emotion codes come into the mind of the individual being healed. This is a golden opportunity to heal and clear any thought forms that come into the mental awareness. This allows for the imprint of that location coding to come into your consciousness so that you may say the words, I forgive myself, for said emotion code release. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to let my cat out.
Take your time. Anybody else have the animals with you? Right. It's so much fun. Okay, so what did we say? I'm aware of something in a former lifetime. How can I change it? So Nancy says this. Yes. So we close our eyes, we dive into meditation, and you can call forward whatever packet of information. So if it's a past life, call it forward. See the entire experience, whatever experiential you were going through in that past life. You may then consciously call into your awareness, dear ones. This allows for you to change or modify the now moment emotion code that you have stored in your body from said experience. When each emotion code is recalibrated to neutrality, and I love and I bless my body, it then shall start the process of releasing, or you may notice that your conscious level of awareness has overcome said emotion code. You must go into each emotion programmed into your cellular structures in order to transmutate any darkness, any densities, as well as any attachments to light. This also includes loving something too much, for that also generates a type of distortion in your energetic cords. Dear ones, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What wrist was that? Your left or your right?
Huh?
What breast did you just scratch? Your left or your right?
My right?
Ah, okay. So that's in the casting hand. So spiritual change is needed in your casting hand in how you put motion into the things that you were doing. Yeah.
I was going to show you that I have been activating my hands, my chakras in my hands before I do the I love and bless my body every day.
Yes.
I've been doing that as well so it can be more powerful. And I also call in Mother Earth and Creator to amplify my.
Absolutely. And it really works. It truly, truly works. There's different times. You generate a safe spot, right? So these are really interesting because the way our consciousness works, we are all time and all space. So you can go in and just close your eyes and you can feel into a moment in which you were in, say, the woods. And you can just allow that feeling of that exact moment in time and space to wash over your body, and then you can see it as if it's a ball of an emotion inside of your heart. And then imagine pulling it and like pushing it into every single cell inside your body. And what that does is it actually changes your biological frequency. Now, this is key for activating your multidimensional abilities because the second that you master your emotion codes, you do this push it into all the cells, and you change your biological frequency. It's your resonance. When you change that frequency, the physical reality outside of you changes. So knowing the emotion codes is like the most important thing that each and every one of us can focus on is how does it make you feel? Does the body feel not good? Is there a trauma there? Let's release the trauma. Is there a positive emotion we're able to hold, summon, and push into all of the cellular structures, dear ones? This also allows for safe spots to become activated. For you may take any item in the physical reality and in program any type of frequency into said item. This is where the process of affirmation started. For you are able to energetically cast any emotion code into any item as you see fit. This then allows that item's frequency to change or modify depending on the imprinting coding you then energetically cast into said item. This process allows for location frequencies to also be encoded within any item at all. You may take a stick from the woods, dear ones, and you may allow that frequency to then shift the baseline frequency of your body. This acts as a key, literally, for you now have access into that forest in that time, space, moment, and you may then start to shift the biological form into a resonance, which starts a magnetic alignment with that exact forest in that time and space. You then are either able to instantaneously teleport or open a type of biological portal technology. This allows you to shift through the multiverse in a very rapid moment, allowing you access into any location of any time and space. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yes.
The next one is biological imprints and controlling the imprint process. Yes, that's it.
Yes.
I had to
So
make
funny,
sure we
dear.
would just do that one.
Like we just talked about that.
Huh?
Yeah, go read it.
Each child of light naturally imprints each other's. Did we already do this one? No, we didn't. Each
What page
child of
is
light
it on?
naturally imprints each other's energetic fields with emotional coding as well as experiential patterning. Experiential patterning is a combination of multiple emotion codes along with physical location coding, allowing for an experience to start a process of cycle repeat.
Yes. That was should have really been one paragraph. Why did I space it like that? My goodness. I read this thing like 100 times. Okay, so an experiential patterning is the entire experience. So one that I always like to talk about is you cut your finger. The whole process of cutting the finger is the experience. So how does it feel like on day one? How did it feel like the moment it got cut? Then how does it feel like when you bandaged it? Now how does it feel on day two, day three, day four, day five? That entire thing until it is fully gone is an experience. We have these experiential codes for every single thing that we do, literally, and it's so why it's so amazing. It's so amazing because when you start to become aware, it's like, wow, I've done this same exact experience a year and a half ago to the T, and it's like you'll end up in the right place at the right time to have every single emotion code come back around. And it's the entire experiential that is key because when we become aware, oh, this is an experiential, I've done this before. How am I holding my emotion codes for that experience? So if last year or a year and a half ago I held them in this frequency, a lower, then I want to hold more love so that I could rise above that need to have that emotion code. So some of the experientials is getting a cold, getting a flu, getting a fever, right? These are all experiences. Buying a new car is an experience. How did you feel? Did you feel worried? Did you feel nervous? What experiences are you holding? And it's every single aspect of the entire experience. So when we truly start coming into the mind and we start coming into these abilities, it allows us to see, okay, I can close my eyes and I can imagine, how does this make me feel? Now I can also close my eyes during the experience and I can ask my higher self. We always call the higher self, but the truth is you could just ask your body. Your body knows this stuff. You just ask and receive. And the more you do it, the more you believe it, and then the quicker it comes to you. But you ask the body, you ask the higher self, has this ever happened to me before in the past? You just close your eyes, blank out the mind, and have zero expectations. Just allow it to happen. Whatever that wants to happen, just allow it. While you're sitting there waiting, you may have a bunch of different like photos of the experience come into your mind very rapidly, or You may have a feeling of an experience like, yes, you've had this experience before. Keep sitting back and keep allowing whatever information wants to come up to be healed in order for that to come into the mind. The more we do this, the quicker it happens. And it's like, wow. And then you can start to clear the attachments, which is what I do with my real life people. And when you're doing that now, it's like, show me the secondary person who was with me when I was imprinted with said attachment. And then all of a sudden, it's like you'll have your eyes closed, the attachment's name will come forward, clear it off of me, and then you may see the exact moment in which you were with a friend and that attachment latched onto you. So then you get to clear it off of them as well. This way it heals both of you. Even if you're not friends anymore, it's okay to clear it from everyone, because what we're doing is literally we are taking the consciousness and we are going back in time to the exact moment of that experience. And we are cleansing and purifying any darkness off of anybody who is there. So we can even cast the attachment off within a 100-mile radius. It truly is what you want your energetic signature to change in the past. Then, because we are multidimensional in our nature, as we open our eyes, the world outside of us changes. I'm telling you, I've seen it. So you open your eyes and now something is different, because what you've just did was you've modified your internal circumstances. This is all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are imprinted in the body, and the way the light flows from the center soul tubule and reflects outwards. When we change the inner worlds, the outside world must change. And it all starts by going within. Now, there are some ways that we're able to do this very rapidly without having to think about it. We just hold unconditional love. And any emotion that makes you feel sad or upset, release. I let it go. I forgive myself for even having that emotion code. I forgive myself for storing that emotion code. Any bad behaviors that you have, write them down on a piece of paper, and one at a time, the bad behavior, sit with yourself. And I'm talking, shut off the music, turn off the phones, none of the stuff. Sit with yourself. Close your eyes and ask yourself, why do I have this bad behavior here? Pen to paper. What's the emotion code running this bad behavior? Write down the emotion code. What's the memory to the emotion code? If you get the memory, great. If you didn't, that's okay too. You don't really need it. If you get it, now you can start asking yourself, well, how else did I feel for this memory? Now you have a whole list, right? And then one at a time, I forgive myself for this emotion code. I release it. When we speak the word release, it releases any attachments off of the field. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's things that I still have to release myself, which I'm going to be working on. But I feel it in my throat. Somebody in the
You feel
chat.
it too?
I,
I was like,
I can't stop coughing.
so fun. When we do sessions, so many times during sessions, and this is another empath ability. So the more time you spend doing energetic clearings and energy work on people, you will literally, we go through an energetic blending process. What that looks like is your aura field blends with mine, and now I can feel your densities and distortions. So if you have a blockage in the throat, we may cough. There may be burps when we're doing energetic clearings. There may be toots. Your bellies may gurgle. You may feel pressure in your head. And as a channeler, I'm also feeling all of these different things as you are. So it's very interesting. But this is the empath ability expanded. So if we, back in the beginning, it was, oh, I feel your emotions, right? And then it's like, well, wait a second, you can feel so much more. The second you're becoming aware of it and you're putting the time and focus in, it expands. There's 3 degrees to every single ability. So the first degree is usually like the awareness of it. This is how it works. This is how it feels. The second degree is now I can control it. And the empath ability, it's okay. I want to feel your densities. I want to feel where you have imbalances. So you may get a sharp pain. You may itch a wrist. You may touch your nose. And being aware of all of this is how the subtle bodies show you your indications. So this is very important, because if you come around a person and you start to sneeze constantly, it may not be because they have dog hair on them. It may be because there's an imbalance in their nose. And this is where that whole term, oh, is it mine or is it yours comes from? Because now it's you're having the awareness, okay, there's something here. Now that we're standing together, let's clear it together. It doesn't really matter whose it was, because one is a witnesser and one is a person holding the attachment. Both people had to sign up for the experience, and that's done in your magnetism. Yes.
I asked for it because I kept saying the affirmation, I am able to feel other people's energy
Oh,
block.
yes.
I
Yes.
asked for it, so
Yeah.
I got it.
Yes. Yes, you did. And it's a blessing. And let me tell you something. Some people, I do malas. So malas are these little necklaces. And last week I was making them. So these are the affirmation beads. We'll just go over real quick so everyone knows. So we start at, the first. These are kind of like similar to a rosary. And except they're malas. And what you do is one bead for one affirmation. So I am an empath. I am an empath. I am an empath. And you would speak it 108 times. So it goes around the entire mala. Well, this past week I was making a mala for someone, and I literally I sit down and without trying to be perfect, with every knot that I tie in between the beads, I'm doing an affirmation for my friend. And she felt all the energy I was sending into her, because you're focused on her. But the process of tying the beads and focusing on it is allowing you to set intentions and energetically cast at a person. So I encourage everyone to make their own malas, because it keeps you on track, and it allows you to energetically send whatever thought forms into any item, person, place, or thing as you are doing it. And then whatever mala you made, it actually it holds that as an energetic imprint. So if you are programming, I am healed, I am healthy, and you're the one tying the knots, then that energy gets stored into the necklace. Now, when you wear it, it is going to resonate that on top of you. And plus, you can use them with crystals. Crystals are beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley said she feels
Yeah.
very high vibrational with her model.
Yeah.
She got them already. I'm still waiting on mine.
You are. Everyone, I think a lot of them got it.
I
You
I
have to
checked
check
it
the
today and it
tracking.
said that it's somewhere. I don't know.
That's
Mail
okay.
here is not that good, so
It will come.
yeah, I
The
know.
mail there runs very rapidly.
Well, yeah.
Right? We always want to speak things that we wish to see into our reality. And I know that it's a little funny to hear it spoken like this, or to hear people changing the way that they speak. But if we are talking about affirmations, when you are speaking something, you are speaking it into your energetic field, which then starts a process of manifestation. So when we know this, even if somebody may look ill, release, we don't want to say that. We'll say, oh, they look much better than they looked yesterday. Right. And then we say the word Om. This way, the people outside of us recognize, oh, this is a manifestation. This way, everyone is aware. Okay, we are speaking what we want to see manifest. Because the truth is that, when you are injured, when you are crippled, you have to be able to see yourself as being healed. And then you take that journey. That's one way of doing it. You see yourself as being something, you visualize the end game. And then you set your goals and intentions to reach that end game. And the process of visualization, this works very similarly to a vision board. It then allows you to set your sight and to start a manifestation process upon it. Yeah.
Okay, the next one is glowing
Yes.
osculation activation.
Beautiful.
All right, let me see. Um, the energetic grid complex is very intricate in nature. It is a combination of meridian and ley lines which interlay geometric patterns into one other, free flowing through the light channel system, which refractalizes out each of the surrounding chakra lenses. When this system comes into full alignment, it shall allow a type of glowing oscillation to form in the outer perimeter of the energy field. This type of oscillation is directly controlled by the thoughts and emotions, as well as the imprinted layers of the center soul tubulus.
So the star people want me to continue to read the next line. The primary individual shall be perceived as glowing, or may be seen to have a very high divine frequency radiating out of them. This may feel like standing before a saint or a holy person. We know this because when someone is pregnant, we naturally say, "Oh, you're glowing," right? And it's like, wow, we can sense it. Even if you can't see it, it's there. It's in the energetic signature of the person. So what this is telling you is the energetic grids, when we fully step in and we clean out all the densities and distortions, and we are following the highest passion gets us to shine bright. And what this is it's allowing your energy system to shine as brightly as, they're saying it's not as brightly as possible. What it is it's allowing for a light-based glow to activate on the outer perimeter of your energetic grid structures, dear ones. This allows for any individual who may see an aura field to see or sense a light encoding around your energetic field. This energetic formed in order to allow the primary individual access into the higher frequency realms. For holding a higher frequency of this nature allows for a unconditional love, joy, and bliss frequency to wash into the heart of the primary individual. You may feel as if you were standing next to an individual who is so loving. Thank you. Thank you, Star.
Thank you.
Okay, Ashley has a question. When we do the forgiving, so we put the left hand over the heart, the left hand receives. If you are a righty, if you are a lefty, you can reverse your hands. But for most of us, the left hand goes in the heart because we are pulling the heart's energy into the hand. And then the right hand would go over the belly button. The belly button pulls energy inside of it. So that pulling the energy inside is sent with the casting hand. Now, this actually forms a toroidal field in the energetic grids. So we are completing an electrical circuit when we do that. And then when the hands are properly in place, we may say, I forgive myself for the emotion code, speak whatever emotion code it is, and then say the word release. The word release releases any attachments off of the energy field. And this also allows any imprints in the body to start the process of releasing. It is very important that we look inwards when we are doing this process. Sometimes you may have to say the same emotion code several times. What we would do is we would feel, and then you ask yourself, okay, I said that emotion code release once. Let me say it again. When I say it again, does it feel the same or does my body feel a little bit lighter? If your body feels a little bit lighter the second time you said it, say it a third time. If it continues to feel a little bit lighter, say it until it feels the same. Because if we're releasing that density off of the energy field, the attachment's gone the second you say the word release. What we're releasing is the darkness on the energetic field. So continue to say it until you feel as if it's the same. Yeah. And then that's how you do it. And then when we're done releasing the star, people are saying, this is when you, Mary, you were talking about this. You rub your hands, get them nice and warm. We clap 3 times to activate the chi energetic systems. And then I love and I bless my body. And what this does is all the darkness that we pulled off of the field, it is light encoding it so that the attachments cannot latch back on. Yeah.
And do you have to take a salt bath after
Yes,
this? Or?
thank you. Saltwater bath, you do.
Okay, I was hoping I'd get out of taking
Yes.
a salt bath.
Absolutely, you do. Yes.
Okay. The next one is the activations book that you're working on.
Okay, so that's a new one. That one's not in print yet. So just so everyone knows.
Well, this one is summoning the rainbow ray.
Yeah.
Let me go to that one. Let's see.
So yeah, someone says Mala Zoom party. I would be willing to do that. If you guys wanted to get the string and the beads, I will sit here and we will do affirmations together and program them. I don't mind. I think it's fun. So anybody who wants to do a Mala Zoom party, send an email in and we'll set up a date and a time when everyone is free to do it.
Did you
And if
want
you already have a mala from me, like Ashley, bring your mala and you could just do the affirmations. That's okay too. Huh.
did you want me to read the words
Yes,
to speak?
of course.
Okay. Actually, I've been doing this every night for like a while
How do
now.
you feel?
I feel great.
Good.
You may speak the following words out loud. I hereby command any thoughts and emotions that I experience today that is not in alignment with my highest potential timeline. I hereby release from my energetic grid structures and body mind spirit complex. Very thankful and humbly, I summon a rainbow ray from the source frequency, allowing the rainbow ray to recalibrate my energetic grids, my body, mind, and spirit in all levels of awareness, in all densities, in all parallel realities, and all fractals of my higher self. I hereby command placing all aspects of myself onto my highest potential timeline expression.
Yes. And then I accept that energy and double tap your heart with the right hand. Or if you're a lefty, use your left hand. So the rainbow ray, it really is a fractal of your higher self. The rainbow ray is beautiful. And what it is you can imagine it, you could visualize it. It includes the entire spectrum of our light body. So when we're working with individual colors, the individual colors tune into the individual chakras. So you have your purple is your pineal gland, your blue is your throat chakra, so on and so forth. The rainbow ray contains frequencies that we are not yet aware of. This contains the higher selves 11th harmonic frequency. So that entire spectrum is all encoded into a rainbow ray. You can pull it directly down the center soul tubule. You can imagine it wrapping around your entire body. You can imagine pushing it out of your hands, sending it onto items or people, places, locations. You can, there's just so many different ways. We use this with a childlike mind. So we fully are immense in your creativity as you're doing it. And just imagine sending it to places. Now, what actually happens in the ethers is that all of the light ions that are contained within the full spectrum of the rainbow start to push into any item, person, place, or thing that you are energetically casting it towards, which then allows for things like spontaneous healings, or even the star people saying past life regressions come up. They're saying past life regressions come up when you start to work with the rainbow ray, because all information from the higher self is included inside of a rainbow ray, dear ones. This then allows for that past life information to be fully in the awareness of the primary individual. This allows for any recalibrations that are requiring in a recalibration in order for that individual to raise into the next brick of consciousness. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Star People. Yes.
Yeah, I've been calling in the rainbow ray every day.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Besides
full
doing that
spectrum.
every night. Besides doing the two paragraphs every single night before I go to bed.
That's
I
beautiful.
wait till I'm really tired, and then I say it.
Now, how do you ever do the cord cutting and all of that?
I do that in the morning as well.
Okay.
As soon as
Well,
I
because
open
that
my eyes.
really helps. It's like this, right? So we have dream walker abilities, and many of us, we're unaware that many of us were unaware of release. We're going to recalibrate that thought form. Thank you, Star People, for recalibrating for us. We are now stepping into a day and age in which we are fully aware that our dreams are programming our magnetism, which then in turn shifts every single alignment that we experience throughout the entire day. What this means is every single interaction with every single person, place, or thing that we have, it is all controlled, for better of a word, by magnetic alignments. We have to be in alignment to have every single experience, including this live stream. We all had to line up the magnetism before we woke up in the AM, and that allowed us to program the energetic grids, which then allowed us to co-create this exact moment at this exact moment in time. So when we first open our eyes with that sunrise, there is a process where we take all of the energy cords and we look like a plasma ball. If you guys have ever seen, the plasma globes, you put your fingers on it, it makes a cord thick. That's what the energy field in the star field looks like. It looks like a bunch of different energetic tubules, which go and they free flow. So they're always moving around the place, depending on your alignments. When we take consciously, we take all of the energy cords and we just say, I reroute all of my energy cords through the source frequency net, allowing them all to be recalibrated back to unconditional love, joy, and bliss. And then they come back down. And then all of a sudden, you're going to start to notice all the experiences that you have. Not all, the star people are saying many of the experiences that you have are going to be more in a positive alignment, dear ones. When each of you starts to recalibrate these energetic tubules, it allows for any densities, any distortions to come into the mind of the primary individual. This then allows for recalibrations to take place. 4. Wrapping each cord through the source frequency net all at once is a wonderful tool. However, some energetic tubules may remain of a darker density, and this is because there is an emotion code running in that tubule. So, a further explanation of this ability would be to sit in meditation after reconfiguring all tubules through the source and allowing any densities in any other tubules to come into your conscious awareness. This then grants the primary individual an opportunity to recalibrate any emotion code generating that level of density in that energetic cord. Thank you. Thank you, Star People.
Did you say reroute?
Yes.
Okay,
Well, because we're rerouting them. So if the energetic cords were coming straight out into the aura field, we're taking it and rerouting it back up through the source frequency net and then allowing it to come back down and then free flow. So it's like a rerouting. Oh my God, rerouting release. That's attachment. I'll tell you off camera that one. If you've ever had like delays, detours, right, road work, release, yeah, you get rerouted by the GPS. That's an attachment. Okay.
actually, the last one is clearing the star field.
Oh, that's how you do it. Of course, they answered it. So clearing the star field is all of these energetic tubules. So let's say we took them, we filtered them all through the source frequency net. Now, most of our cords for that day, this is something that is ever changing. It is fluid in its nature. So in the now moment, we may reroute. We may
Recalibrate.
thank you, Mary. Recalibrate all of the energetic cords, and then you sit with yourself for a moment, and then allow any energetic cord which has any darkness in it to come into your mind. So the energetic cords, for better for worse, let's just say it's a straight line like this. The energy tubule itself is either going to be black, which means there is darkness in it that has to be cleared, or it's going to be white, which most of them may be, or it's going to be gray. And gray is neutrality. Gray is like half is white, and then there's gray, and then there's black. But it's good because that means that the emotion code, it means it's you don't have to learn from it. So whenever we see one of those, usually they don't manifest. Not in every case, but it's like if you have an emotion code and the emotion code you're holding darkness to, so you have a fear, that fear may choose to recycle itself again for you to learn from again until you can walk through it in love. And this is something where people who are traumatized, they will eventually love being traumatized. So if you've ever seen anybody who likes the trauma or gets used to the yelling and screaming, arguing, release, any of that, it is because they are experiencing one of the polarities to the experience. When they turn to neutral, it grayscales the entire chord, and we rise above that experiential. That is how it's like cross eliminating the emotion code. When we neutralize the emotion code, we no longer need to experience it. It's done. So we have to go through we don't have to, the star people are correcting. We may choose to go through the full range of emotion codes And one at a time, how does this emotion code make you feel? If it makes you feel happy or sad, neutralize it. And that looks like forgiving myself for having the emotion code and sending unconditional love and blessings towards the body, and then be neutral to it. And when we do that, we rise above that emotion, and then we can start to tune into higher based emotions. So, whereas we were discussing the saint frequency, this is a real frequency that you are able to pull down from the higher self. And that saint frequency, it also allows for a glowing oscillation in the outer perimeter of the aura field. And what it does is it makes you feel love, like pure, straight love right from the source. That's what it feels like. You may choose to overcome your emotions first. This is what shadow work is. It's a process of knocking all the darkness off of your energetics. And that allows you to rise into having the most amount of fun ever. Because when you release all the traumas, there's nothing but light. So more light shines through. It's not nothing more than, why is like my words being scrambled today? Release. Um, he's saying it's not just that, it's more light flowing through your energetic field. And that more light allows you to have more light encoded experiences. So if your cord had darkness in it and you're rerouting it, turning it back to light, you're going to have a more positively aligned or magnetic experience manifesting. That's how this process works. This is why the first like 15 minutes of your day, the second that you open your eyes, straight into the energy, right? I love and bless the body, reroute all the cords right through the source frequency, and just sit with yourself for that first 15 minutes and visualize what it is that you want to see in your day. Because when you visualize and you visualize as if you already have it, what you are doing is you, the conscious ego mind, is casting a magnetic cord. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen in that day. The more and more you place your focus and attention on these cords, the more they're going to start to magnetize whatever experience or person into your waking reality. That's how this process works. There's other ways of manifesting these energy cords, because once again, they're like our cords. We can throw them out there and we can pull experiences into us. So we can use the mala beads. This is one where I have a beautiful family. And then do that 108 times. You're programming your star field. That's only one way of doing it. You can write it down. And this begs to ask the question, where did the teachers learn to have the children sit down and write down, you're not going to yell and scream like hundreds of times down a notebook? Where'd they get that from? They've been doing that since, the 80s or 70s. So that's also a process of affirming, right? The 369 book is great. I had one mailed to me, and you constantly are writing down your manifestations 3 times a day. And then what happens is, because you're putting your focus and concentration on your manifestations, you are generating a magnetic cord, which then starts the process of manifesting that into your reality. But there's also different ways of doing it as well. And this is a beautiful part of the co-creation that each and every one of us are doing right now, is because every single one of us has our own unique way to manifest. We've been doing it ever since we were kids. We just didn't realize that this is how it works. So there's different candle magics, is what I call it. It's lighting a candle and saying, thank you, candle, for this. And then wait an hour or two, put it out, change a candle, right? If you have them in your room, I have 3 or 4 candles. And then I take the next one. Thank you for doing this. Wait an hour, put it out. You're rotating. But you're doing this and you're consciously focused on magnetizing that experience into your reality. So do that again and again. And then you're going to start to see the reflections. So the reflections are like, whatever you're speaking about, you may see it on a TV, you may see it in real life, this is the way the reticular activating system inside of the neocortex works. So it shows you a mirror reflection of whatever it is that you're focused on. So if you're focused on buying a red car, when you go into the world, your mind is going to see all of the red cars out there. It works like this because we magnetically align ourselves into parallel realities. So we would need to have a level of focus that is going to show us reflections so that we're able to know, oh, okay, I'm seeing this. That means my frequency shifted. And that means that I'm holding a new frequency. I have confirmation on it. And the more and more you start seeing the confirmation, put more focus into it. And the more focus you put into it, the more mirror reflections you receive back. And then all of a sudden, it becomes real and solid. And it does not matter what it is that you were trying to manifest. We have TikTok, and TikTok has shown us mirror reflections of people moving items with their mind, people changing the weather. I already know that there's telekinesis, teleportation, all these things I've experienced. So I know that they're real, and they're here, and they're on the internet, and they're in real life. And when we come together in groups, we do group manifestations, and that's what we are going to be focused on tonight on the Shadow Work Zoom, which is always free. Anybody who wants to come, send an email and I will send you a private Zoom link. It is tonight from 8:30 to 9:30. We do different meditations, different activations. You guys get to ask your questions to the star people. Join us on that, because tonight we will be doing a Mother Earth healing, and we will be activating a vortex in a very specific location that the star people are guiding us through tonight. So it should be really interesting to see what comes up. But yeah, we do this and we come together as one tribe, and we do this to heal each other and heal the earth and to heal our reality as we see it, and to just bring more love to the world. So we know, many of us know the Starseed mission. We came here from the stars. This is where our souls are from, different planets. And we came here in order to, incarnate into the human bodies and to hold a higher frequency to allow the evolution of humanity to go a little bit smoother and to have more love into the human consciousness grid so that you could save the planet. Literally, that's the mission. Like, we're superheroes. All of us are. And, you just have to open your heart and feel love. That's all that it takes. And it's really simple. Each and every one of us can do it. So it's beautiful.
Yep, and,
Yeah.
actually, I am the same frequency as one of my, affirmations that you told me 3 years ago, that I've been
Nice.
doing it since then.
Yeah. And how does it feel? Can you
Aw
imagine it? Can you visualize it? Because if you can visualize how it makes your body feel, and you could hold that emotion code, literally hold it in your heart and then push it into every cell in your body until you become it. You only have to hold the emotion. It's like 3 days. It's like if you did meditation for 3, 6, 9, 3 days, 6 days, 9 days, by the third day, you're going to notice a radical shift in your baseline frequency. By the
Mm,
ninth day, that's it. You've made it. That's it. And it's like, think about a diet, right? And everyone always tells you, like, the hardest part to get over is the first 3 days. If you make it past the first 3 days, your success rates go up. Why is that? Because within the first 3 days, you're holding the emotion code, and that's it. You have to hold it, store it, push it into every cell in the body to the best of your ability without trying to be perfect. You can just imagine and just say, go into all the cells. And that's all. And see how it feels.
yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, I guess that's the end.
That's it. Does anybody have any questions? We got, what, 2 minutes left. Okay, Ashley, the Shadow Work Zoom is from 8, what time is it now? 8:30. Yes, 8:30 till 9:30. So the
Yeah,
Shadow Work
7:30
Zoom,
Central.
yes.
That's why I put 7:30.
Oh, you did? I almost messed up. The little image was from 9 p.m. from Saturdays. My son comes along, he's like, "What time are you doing it?" I was like 7. He's like, "That says 9." I was like, "Thank you." Oh yeah, he saved it. So cool.
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much. One more time, if you would like to join us on the Shadow Work Zoom, please send an email in to daniellelipton.com, and I will send you guys a free Zoom link. You can join us. Everyone, we just want to say thank you all for coming tonight. It is an honor and a blessing to be here serving humanity in this way. Thank you so incredibly much to your star people for coming and for giving us these beautiful channeled messages and for helping us to ascend. Thank you, Mary, for coming and showing up. It is always a blessing and an honor to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a wonderful night, and I am sending my many love and blessings. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.